As busy moms, most of us probably know what we need to do in order to lose weight and to feel our best. We need to eat healthier foods, we need to eat smaller portions, and we need to exercise more, right? Right. But let's also be real. So many moms, myself included, have 5,000 things going on in life. And so trying to find the time, the space, the energy to prioritize ourselves and our goals can be a serious challenge. So today, I want to share some of the most common myths that moms feel need to happen in order to lose weight. And I want to talk about how they're preventing you from being successful long term. Without further ado, let's get started. Myth number one is that you need to spend hours in the gym every week in order to lose weight. So many moms have so much going on between cooking meals for the family, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, focusing on our own careers, trying to stay healthy ourselves. It is so hard to carve out the time for 45-minute or hour-long workouts. And today I want to remind you that if you are somebody trying to lose weight, you don't need to spend 45 minutes multiple times a week exercising. If you are able to do that on your own journey, I am over here cheering you on and clapping for you. I think that's fabulous. And I don't want to discount the importance of exercise for physical health and for mental health. But I want to remind you that when it comes to creating a calorie deficit and losing weight, simply being more consistent with some movement, maybe they're 10 or they're 20-minute hit sessions, or maybe all you have time for is a 20-minute walk with your toddler in the stroller. Doing something is always going to be better than doing nothing when it comes to physical movement. So focus on getting in short bouts of movement when you can. Maybe you decide to try to do 10 squats every time that you use the restroom. Or maybe when you're walking your kids into school in the morning, you're going to park in the furthest parking spot from that school door so you can get in a couple extra 100 steps. I promise that for weight loss and for weight maintenance, simply getting in more movement counts more than you probably realize. Now, that brings me to myth number two. And many women believe that on a weight loss journey, carbs are the enemy. Now, here's what I want to remind you is that in order to successfully lose weight, you must create a calorie deficit. That means that when it comes to weight loss, calories determine whether you are successful, not carbs. And actually, carbs can be our body's perfect and preferred form of energy. As busy moms, we need to choose the right kinds of carbs for our meals in order to successfully lose weight. So I do want to remind you that there are a couple different types of carbs. There are simple carbs, which are like the white breads, the refined pastas, sugar cookies, the birthday cake, etc. And there are complex carbs, which are whole grains, fruits, vegetables, whole wheat pasta, whole grain breads, etc. Really trying to include balanced meals that prioritize some of those whole grain carbs, like quinoa bowls, meals with chicken and vegetables, sweet potatoes, fruit smoothies, all of those complex carbs are going to need or are going to give you the energy that you need to live and be a healthy mom. So I really do want to encourage you, if you are a busy mom on a weight loss journey, you need to be concerned about overall calorie intake. Please try not to be afraid of the carbs, especially those complex carbs that I've talked about. Now, myth number three is that some weight loss programs out there share that you have to eat 6 small meals a day in order to keep your metabolism going. And I really want to highlight the idea that calories are calories, regardless of how frequently you eat them or regardless of the time of day that you're eating them. And so In terms of meal timing, whether it be 6 small meals a day or 3 larger meals a day, being healthy really comes down to finding a meal structure that works for your hunger levels, that leads to the results that you want, and that also fits in with your life, both as a mom and possibly as a career. And let me give you a few examples. As Strong with Sarah coaching, we had a client once who successfully lost about 23 pounds, and she was an ER doctor, which meant that when she was working her 4 10-hour day shifts per week, she never knew what her work schedule was going to be. And so the idea of eating 3 larger meals per day wasn't really doable given her work schedule because oftentimes she had to rely on food sources that were more grab and go. And so for her work days, we strategically created that calorie deficit that fit into her life that was mostly snacks and very quick, easy to grab filling options that she knew she could eat in about 3 or 4 minutes tops. Just because, again, most of her shifts, she didn't really have time to sit down and eat a fully prepared meal. And so that worked for her. So if you are somebody that prefers eating more frequently throughout the day, smaller meals, that's beautiful. You just need to ensure you are creating a calorie deficit while you do that. And again, if you're somebody who would prefer to stick to 2 or 3 larger meals throughout the day with minimal snacking, that's beautiful. It's really about trialing and erroring what might work for you with the parameters in your life. What works for your family's life? What works for your own body's hunger and fullness levels? And what works with your career? Myth number 4 is a hard pill to swallow for us. And many moms believe that you can't lose weight while enjoying your family's meals. And as a mom, I know that I do not have the time, the space, or the energy to cook 2 separate meals. One meal that my kids are going to eat and one meal that I'm going to eat for my own health goals. And so I really want to remind you that even if you're cooking burger night example is an example for your family, how can you make that healthier for you? So maybe the kids are enjoying burgers and sweet potato fries. Maybe you can just enjoy the patty paired with cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, etc., no bun. And maybe you pair that with a side salad with 4 or 5 sweet potato fries. Or maybe the night is mac and cheese night at your house. Beautiful. Maybe you commit to enjoying a half a cup of the kids' mac and cheese, and you pair that with a pre-grilled, pre-cooked chicken breast and a side of steamed veggies. And again, I always encourage offering the healthy food to your kids as well. They might surprise you. My daughter ends up choosing a lot of the healthy options more times than not when we offer them to her. So really get creative and find ways that you can make family meals work for your weight loss goals as well. Final myth that I want to cover, myth number 5, is that you have to be perfect to see results. And as a mom, I am someone who really struggles with that all or nothing mentality. And it's so easy, especially on a health and fitness journey, to completely throw in the towel. And if life throws you a curveball, if you make a choice you are not proud of, it's so easy to just say, well, screw it. You know what? The whole day is a wash. So now I'm going to have 3 glasses of wine and we are definitely ordering the pizza for dinner because I've already screwed up today. And so I want to remind you that no client that we have ever worked with at Strong with Sarah, and heck, nobody that has ever been successful at losing weight long-term sustainably has ever been perfect. The key is about being consistent and about being able to get back on track with consistency when setbacks happen. So I really want to encourage you to always focus on what is the next thing you can do, regardless of what just happened. And I do encourage you to learn from challenges and setbacks, but don't beat yourself up. And by all means, Do not fall prey to that all or nothing mentality where you end up self-sabotaging. It really is about focusing on making progress instead of being perfect. So, mamas, I want to remind you, you've got this. As a mom, I have been a mom for approximately the last 2.5 years or so, but I have maintained my own weight loss aside from pregnancy for the last 9, 10, 11, 12 years, I think it is now. And, after giving birth, I was able to healthily get back to my pre-pregnancy weight in about 3 or 4 months. And so I'm not sharing this to compare, but I want to remind you of what is possible with the right structure, with the right game plan, and sometimes with added accountability. So if you're looking for somebody to help you stay successful and really action plan some of these myths, feel free, reach out to my team and I. I'm going to drop the link to my website in the comments. Give it a look. Fill out the new client inquiry if you are interested, and I am looking forward to talking to you. Regardless, if you found this video helpful, as always, I would love a like and a subscribe. Thank you so much, and we'll chat soon.